A brand new Switch sports game was just leaked for the Switch 2. Now this is really interesting because obviously we had Switch Sports a couple years ago, very controversial. Like, it's a fun game, but it does not live up to Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. Like, those are just some amazing games. If you guys aren't aware, we had a massive leak of Nintendo's basically 2026, even 2027 with Nate the Hate. He's extremely reputable, and look at this list right here, guys. Like, banger after banger. We got some big titles coming out, Mario Kart DLC, you know, new Mario game, new Zelda, and one of the new leaks is a Nintendo Switch Sports 2 or Switch 2 Sports. At this moment, we are still not sure if it's going to be like a resort game, you know, like Wii Sports Resort, or if they're just going to make it basically a sequel. And I think this is a very bold move because of the fact that Switch Sports 1 didn't get the best reception, so them actually making a sequel or just, you know, a second game would be great, and this could be a great redemption because I myself personally like Switch Sports, but it's just definitely not what once was with Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. Think about Wii Sports Resort. Woohoo Island was awesome. And in Switch Sports, we did get, you know, like a city version of that, which, you know, I don't really mind. I kind of like that they did actually differentiate it from an island, you know, and made it like a city vibe. Like, I thought that was actually pretty cool. However, you know, Woohoo Island, man, is just so awesome. So many memories, bro. But everything took place on that one connected island. The sports were not just, you know, menus. Like, we were actually able to feel like we were on Woohoo Island, you know, flying around, doing all the activities and all the different game modes and stuff. But with Spacco Square, you can't really do anything. Like, you just play the game mode and that is it. Basically, you know, with biking, flying, and exploring, you really just had like immersion with Wii Sports Resort, and that's something that Switch Sports missed completely. A ton of people hated the character customization for Switch Sports because, you know, it just wasn't the same. You could still use your Mii, but it just wasn't the same. I mean, I actually do like the idea that they gave us a ton of different customization. Like, you actually play to win prizes and stuff. Like, I thought that was great. Like, I'm like 50-50 on that because, you know, you can still use a Mii, but also not everyone uses a Mii, so it just feels kind of different. I feel like the Miis should have stayed personally. Wii Sports Resort was a huge expansion. We got basketball, archery, sword fighting, air sports, canoeing. Like, it was huge. The amount of things you could do in this game was crazy. And I just want to bring up basketball really quick. The basketball Switch Sports sucks. I'm gonna say it right here, I hate it. I wouldn't even mind if they kept the Switch Sports version as long as they just gave us like what we had in Resort. It just seems like Switch Sports kind of failed to capture the magic of Wii Sports / Resort. Overall, just like lack of content. Like, the game has been out for years and we have had, you know, new things added like golf and basketball, but they still just feel like they're bare bones. I mean, to be fair, I feel like the golf isn't that bad on Switch Sports, but still. Wii Sports was also a free pack-in title, which was great, and I definitely do think that's exactly what they should have done with the Switch and the Switch 2. I think Switch Sports should have been a pack-in title for the Switch 1 originally. I know it came out a couple years afterwards, but the Switch 2 should have released with the new Switch Sports. That would have just been amazing. And, you know, Wii Sports Resort did expand on sports heavily with achievements, more modes. It's just way more charming. The explorable world, you know, Woohoo Island. So that's exactly what they need to do with Switch Sports. Makes me think, like, are they going to continue with Spacco Square, or are they going to go big and do something completely different? Are they going to bring us back to Woohoo Island? I wouldn't even mind. I would be totally down for that. Or even have like multiple islands. Like, why not? Give us Woohoo Island and a brand new island. And this game is apparently coming out this year, I believe, at some point. Although it could be next year. Some people also are pretty unclear, like in the thought of, wait, is this going to be a new game? Or is this going to be a big update, like a huge DLC? And if it is a DLC, it better be free. It deserves to be free. I'm hoping it's a brand new title, though. I would definitely prefer a brand new game just from the ground up. I just want something more rich, you know what I'm saying? Not like money, you know, Mr. Krabs. I'm talking about just like those good game modes, man. I personally loved Wii Sports Resort. I mean, Wii Sports is great, but Wii Sports Resort just expanded on Wii Sports so much with the exploration, you know, the airplane game modes, man. Oh my goodness, don't even get me started on those. I just feel like Switch Sports over the years has had very few updates. Like, we need more content in it, basically, and it kind of fell off. Like, it pretty much fell off hard. And this was a game that I purchased day one because I was so excited because, you know, obviously Wii Sports was huge. Everybody loves Wii Sports. I had my hopes very high for Switch Sports. But even if Wii Sports never existed, I do think the Switch Sports still lack. I know that's kind of harsh to say. Overall, like with Switch Sports, you know, the bowling is pretty good. I like tennis, you know. Golf, I feel like, isn't too bad. They did introduce soccer, which I like the idea of them introducing new sports too. Soccer wasn't all that bad. I don't really have an opinion about the soccer, but like I said, basketball, no. And now with modern day games, they could totally bring us back to Woohoo Island and quite literally make it completely open world. Like when we're not even in a game, still make it open world. Brand new updated graphics, more mini games that they could spread throughout the entire island, more sports. Like I said, they could even go back to more islands because there are other islands around Woohoo Island. So maybe we could have another one focused on a bunch of other type of sports. It just really like focus on world building and variety here, not just an update every 5 years, you know what I mean? I feel like they definitely need to keep, the leveling system with like gear, maybe even take it to the next step, like new courts, new game modes to unlock, more career style modes. We definitely need the return of something like, archery, baseball has gotta make a return, and just expand them in my opinion, honestly. And I definitely do think we need more party modes, like with 2v2, 4v4 when you have a bunch of people over, like a real game mode where you can play with a bunch of different people at the same exact time, more tournaments, online matchmaking, more voice chat ops, and just make it a game that like makes people actually want to feel like they're living in Woohoo Island or some sort of new city, new island. And let's just say, for example, it is actually just a DLC, because they could even just expand it to Woohoo Island, keep Spocko Square and give us Woohoo Island, or like I said, another island. I'm just using Woohoo Island because it's the GOAT, right? Now what's interesting with the Switch 2, they could add a game mode that you could use the camera. Now I wouldn't like it if it was just camera only, but like maybe you could have some additional features if you have the camera. And we also have the mouse mode for the Joy-Cons, so maybe they could introduce something with the Joy-Cons, but that could kind of get annoying because you can't always be using the Joy-Con mouse feature, you know what I mean? And sometimes like I don't even want to use it, It would be really cool to have it be kind of like an MMO style-ish, with a bunch of actual people walking around Woohoo Island in real time. You get to see their avatars, you get to, communicate with them, throw up those emotes and stuff like that, watch them play some sports, discover hidden mini games, Easter eggs around the island. I feel like that type of thing alone would just 10x the entire game's appeal, and it would make people really want to play, because I personally love having that kind of sense of community when I play a game. Overall though, we have a leak. Switch Sports is getting something, a sequel, a big DLC, definitely a Switch 2 version. At the very least, we know it's something, and it's going to be a Switch 2 version of the game. I think it would be smart to do a Switch Sports Resort, Switch Sports 2, whatever they could come up with. I would absolutely love to know your thoughts and your theories about this though. What did you love about Wii Sports? Like, what do you think that they need to bring back to make the game amazing? Nintendo, they're just super creative. They're one of the most innovative modern day gaming companies, so I feel like whatever they do with this, it hopefully will be better than just the original. Like, I feel the original Switch Sport just didn't like break out of the box too much, if that makes sense. So I feel like because of all the reception that fans have, given them, and just the fact that they actually are apparently going to be doing a second Switch Sports makes me feel like they're gonna actually do something pretty new and good that will hopefully just make all the difference, you know what I mean? Anyway, please make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for all Nintendo news, leaks, and updates. And if you are real and watching this far in the video, comment down below Matt. He is just he's insane, let's just say that. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.